The cat did not come with it, but I just went to Menards and to Lowe's, and I ended up sticking with the one that was at Menards. For some reason, Lowe's didn't have like any brand names that I really knew or recognized, but they had these 5 and 7 cubic foot horizontal chest freezers. I'm just going to use this for extra storage of meats and other frozen items. I have a small freezer, but I wanted something for long-term storage, so this is, hopefully this will, if I turn on a light it'll help. There we go. So I like to take a bunch of that out of this. But as you can see, I'll open up the package and show, kind of what you can fit in there and where I'm going to put it. And it's more for long-term storage. Just for, obviously I'm interested in food security. So having a place where you can store more meat is better. And that's really what it is about, is just food security. I would say I'm planting a lot of my own foods, at least vegetables and fruit, and this will extend, the amount of food that I can store. So instead of just dehydrating and canning everything, I can just freeze things, which gives me some more options. And the one thing I wanted to mention about this and other chest freezers, when I went there one day, one guy told me that this Frigidaire you couldn't use outside. It had to be in a temperature controlled room, round room temperature. So in the, hot summer days, and especially at night, especially in the winter, it didn't have the insulation or compressor or something, whatever. So I went the next day and asked another person there, and she said basically the same thing, that none of them were ready, and it should say on the box, as a selling point or a feature, that you can use it outside in your garage, like garage ready. But I looked at the manual of this and another one, and they both explicitly said, like, not to be used at temperatures over 100 or 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then on the next line it said that these, if you used it in temperatures below 32 degrees Celsius, would not affect the compressor or the unit itself. So once I open it up, I'll just show you that little spot in the manual just so you can see. But I'm going to put this one in my house just because it's smaller. And I don't know if I have really room outside, but I just prefer to have it in here, and where I'm going to put it, it'll kind of act as a, I'm going to put it next to my washer, so it'll be kind of another platform for me to put clothes and a hamper and stuff like that on. It's not something I'll be into and out of all the time. It's kind of going to be filled, and then every so often we've gotten into to grab a couple of things to replace what's in this freezer. So I've gotten it out of the box. It was really pretty simple. It had a couple of styrofoam bits on the very top, which went around the corners, and then the box itself split up. I wanted to give you a note about recycling. This, of course, is labeled as recyclable, and I'll fold it up and put it in my recycling bin. But this covering, as far as sheet mulching, I wouldn't use it. I've used other boxes that, claim that they're recyclable, biodegradable, compostable. But this film has some sort of plastic or whatever's in it. It might be a soy ink, but whatever this sheeting is not completely all paper. So, use that as you will. You can use it to stuff out grass and stuff like that, but it's not going to break down as fast. At least it won't break down as fast as it normally would if it was just regular, this flat brown cardboard. Now, whether it's dangerous or it's got other chemicals, I don't know. I just know that this will act as a sheet for water almost indefinitely, and it won't actually penetrate and start, allowing moisture to get into this. So if you laid it down with this side to the ground, sure, like the microbes and worms and stuff would start eating it, and they might end up getting to this. But I'm just telling you, after seeing a piece of cardboard with this kind of cover on it, after about 9 months, all this was still there. So, and then once the cat gets off of here, I'll show you. Are you gonna get off? Oh, there you go. I'd like to show you how big it is. The cat's so light. Look at that. You want to go in? Alright, so this is pretty big. Just give you an idea with my hand. I don't know if I have anything else. Here's a here, box stereo, just for reference. So it's definitely big. I usually try not to get the smallest of an appliance whenever I buy appliances, but I really don't need something massive in my room. My house is pretty small, so we're gonna get this set up over in the laundry room. We get it plugged in. It says in the instructions that it takes about 4 hours for the unit to cool down to whatever temperature you set it at. It has an adjustable knob from like recommended, and it'll go to like coldest and warmest. Alright, here it is in its new home. It's plugged in now, and what I did is I just set it a little bit below what is recommended. Well, actually, I got it backwards. There we go. So it'll use a little bit more energy, hopefully keep it a little bit colder. And we'll just kind of check how, as I fill it with different things, how it works out. But it's got this little rack here. I'm going to untape it and all that. But I want to show you in the manual here when it says about the temperatures. So the appliance should be located where surrounding temperatures will not exceed 110. And then the temperatures of 32 and below will not affect operation. Additional compressor heaters are not recommended. So you're supposed to have 4 inches on either side. Kind of have that much. But that's in my laundry room. I've used just a washer and just a clothesline for a while now. So there's another, what do you call it, clothes racks, another clothes rack that I'm going to put back in here that goes right there, and I'll tuck that behind and get that out of the way. And that's it for today. I just wanted to show you that I got that, kind of add to the amount of food that I can store on top of the dehydrating and all that stuff. But it's all about food, what is it, food security? It's all about food security for me. So thanks again for watching, and I would recommend getting something like this if you could. It was $189 from Menards, and then you get the 11% whatever money back. So thanks again, and take care.